There's a book, I probably should get it on my shelf, The War of Art, not The Art of War, The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. That book helped me write my first 400-page steaming pile of garbage once I burned it. That, it went from me not getting anything done to getting my first project done, which is a big leap of faith. And in that book, it's mentioned when you're doing anything creative or anything meaningful in the creative space or anything meaningful in life, you're going to face resistance. And I would say that's like intention is always followed by disruption or resistance. When you have positive intentions, the more positive intentions you have, and these commandments are creating the most positive intentions you can create, you are going to experience more resistance, more disruption from the enemy, from the devil. There's a book of C.S. Lewis's called Screwtape Letters, and it really, if you haven't really delved into like what the enemy's voice is, like I grew up at a church where I didn't get taught what the enemy's voice is, and I didn't know I was experiencing it all the time. It's that whisper that wants you to feel unworthy, or that you don't deserve this, or this person's fake, or that's, it wants to pit you against other people, or kill, steal, and destroy. It wants to mess up your ability to be courageous and have virtues and honor God and love God. It wants to get in the way of your ability to be fearless, or to go against your fears, or to have faith and take those leaps of faith that make you into the man or woman you're supposed to be. That voice is in Screwtape Letters, and I wish I read it sooner. The day I read it, first time I was told about it, I didn't want to read it because I heard that it screwed up C.S. Lewis for 6 months after he wrote it. And I'm like thinking, I just want positive examples. No, you need positive examples in God and Christ, but you also need to know your enemy, because your enemy is going to be lying to you throughout your life. And it helps to know what that voice sounds like, that manipulative, conniving, voice of destruction that wants to steer you away from things of light, things that are of actual true light, Christ's light, things that are holy. If you're a man or a woman going on this adventure that will possibly destroy you or change you, making a film, the devil's going to get in the way. The higher your intentions are, especially if you're doing things for God's kingdom, that's mainly where you're going to experience this. You are going to face that resistance, that disruption, and it's going to come in the form of things that are going to affect the people around you, your loved ones. Like I actually, first day of filming my feature, my Nana died. First day of starting this podcast, Moviemaker Ministry, I thought my mom would die. She ended up going to the hospital the very first day. These aren't mistakes. You're starting something in the kingdom, for the kingdom, and creating your mini kingdom within God's kingdom, of serving people, a kingdom that serves people in a way that you were designed down to every hair on your head. When you find that, you're going to have the devil hot on your tail, and you got to be very, very careful, very prepared. You need the full armor of God, Ephesians 6:12 or 6:10 to 6:20. Definitely recommend checking that out. And understand about Ephesians 6:12 is we're not at war with flesh and blood, but principalities and evil spirits. You're not going to be at war with another person. You're at war with someone who wants to start wars with other people and you. You're at war with something that wants to make you question yourself, make you feel like you don't have what it takes. Guess what? Right now, I want you to understand something. You have what it takes. Don't ever let that voice tell you otherwise. So make something that honors God and spreads his kingdom, and be prepared to get punched in the face. It's going to happen. You're going to feel like your whole world's burning down at some point, especially the further into the project you get, especially at the beginning and then somewhere later into the project. I've experienced that already. But guess what? If you're in it to tell stories and make something about becoming a better person, rising from the ashes, or turning negatives to positives, you will rise from the ashes. You know, if you had Jesus as your cut man in the ring, you know, say you're in the boxing ring, right? And you know, you're in the boxing ring with the devil. You're never going to win against the devil. Make no mistake, you're never going to win. He's going to keep knocking you down. All right? He's going to try to keep putting you in your corner, which is the way that, you know, you get in the way of yourself. You got to know your corner so that he doesn't put you there. That might be habits or things that you fall back on, you know, sin, or not even sin. It could just be anything that you getting busy. If the devil can't make you sin, he'll make you busy. So you need to ruthlessly eliminate hurry. That's what Sabbath days are for. That's what prayer's for. You need to, and that's actually a book by, what is it? This isn't the book. John Mark Comer, Ruthlessly Eliminate Hurry. Good book. When it comes to the boxing ring with the devil, come on, man. Don't you want to be in the boxing ring with the devil? Well, what else are you here on this planet for, man? Make a film where you're in the boxing ring with the devil. It's going to be great. I'll pray for you. just pray before you do. Because you're gonna get knocked around. But if you got Jesus as your cut man, the devil can never TKO you. You're always gonna get back on your feet. I promise you.